from Clinton, Iowa, on Spreaker. This is GJR Broadcasting, GJRB.
And hello everyone, hello everywhere across America and around the world. I'm Gary J, back on the air again, and this time it's Bluegrass Jubilee. Haven't had this show on since before Christmas, I think. It's been like forever since we've done the Bluegrass show. And it's time for it to be back on. And we got all your favorite bluegrass music, classic bluegrass, as well as all-time favorites, and some of your all-time memories. So I hope you'll stay with me as we roll into the Bluegrass Jubilee here on GJRB Online, here on Spreaker across America. So I thought we'll just crank it up and get things going with Morris P. Rainville, a new emerging artist with a song called Darling Corey. Bluegrass Jubilee.
Wake up, darling Corey. What makes you sleep so sound? Officers are coming. On a day you'll still house down. Go away, darling Corey. Quit hanging round my bed. Pretty women run me distracted. Corn liquor is killing me dead. First time I saw darling Corey, she was standing in the door. Her shoes and stockings in her hand, and her feet all over the floor. Last time I saw darling Corey, she had wine glass in her hand, was drinking that sweet poison liquor with a low down gambling man. Dig a hole in the meadow. Dig a hole in the cold ground. Oh, dig me a hole in the meadow, just to lay darling Corey down. Don't you hear them bluebirds singing? Don't you hear that mournful sound? They're preaching Corey's funeral in the lonesome graveyard ground.
I recall the first time I saw Cactus Jack. A 2-inch beard grew on his chin and his hair hung down his back, tied back with a rubber band in a sort of a ponytail. His teeth were black from tobacco stains and he chewed on a 4-inch nail. We watched in total silence as he wandered up our street. We could hear him coming miles away from the sound of his 2 big feet. The buildings shook and trembled each time he put one down. And as he walked along her street, he left his footprint in the ground. Then someone dared to ask him, "Hey sir, have you come far?" "I came from back in them there hills. I'm a-looking for a paw." And then a deafening silence fell over her little town, till he opened up his whiskey jar and passed the moonshine round. I recall the first time I saw Cactus Jack. A 2-inch beard grew on his chin and his hair hung down his back, tied back with a rubber band and a sort of a ponytail. The teeth were black from tobacco stains and he chewed on the 4-inch nail. Well, that was when he saw me and he shouted, "You're the one! I know that you don't know me, but I'm gonna be your son." Then he picked me up and squeezed me. Oh, I thought my bones would break. With those black teeth, he smiled and said, "Hey, Pa, I'm Jack." I never got to answer, for he never put me down. Just threw me on his shoulder and headed out of town. Now we lived in the mountains, we're as happy as can be, with the chicks and the hog and the cat and the dog, Jack, his ma and me. I recall the first time I saw Cactus Jack. A 2-inch beard grew on his chin and his hair hung down his back, tied back with a rubber band and a sort of a ponytail. His teeth were black from tobacco stains and he chewed on a 4-inch nail. I recall the first time I saw Cactus Jack. A 2-inch beard grew on his chin and his hair hung down his back, tied back with a rubber band and a sort of a ponytail. His teeth were black from tobacco stains and he chewed on a 4-inch nail. His teeth were black from tobacco stains and he chewed on a 4-inch nail.
And that's an emerging artist here on GJRB Online's Bluegrass Jubilee. Cactus Jack is the name of that one. And we started things off with Darlin' Corey by Morris P. Rainville, some new emerging artists here on GJRB Online and on our SoundClick site. SoundClick, SoundCloud, if you got music on it, we'll find it. If you got bluegrass on the Reverb Nation as well, we'll find it too. Reverb Nation, all those great emerging sound music sites bringing you new music all the time. And once again, GJRB Online doesn't own the rights to these songs. These belong to the ones that wrote them, produced them, and recorded them as well. And of course, these include all the emerging artists that we play here on GJRB Online, because we like to play all the brand new emerging artists here on Bluegrass Jubilee. Got some new music coming up, got some emerging artists, and we'll do Weather on the Fives again. Take a look at weather across the nation. Right now, though, let's get back to that bluegrass. Here's Joe Levi's and Firewind.
There is a house in New Orleans they call the rising sun, and it's been the ruin of many a poor boy, and God, I know I'm a one. Tell your children not to do what I have done. Spend their lives in sin and misery in the house of the rising sun.
Cold and Withered Heart, great stuff there. Cumberland River on GJRB Online. Before that, Fiskew with a House of the Rising Sun, new emerging artist. Doing that right here on GJRB Online. And this is parts on a group called Jam Bits. It's called Barn Door on Bluegrass Jubilee. Weather on the 5's coming right up. There you go. Group on unknown territories there called Jam Bits. And you got Bluegrass Jubilee on GJRB Online on Spreaker across America on the GJRB. Brand new name for our station, actually. GJRB Online Network. And it's only because we're not on the air as much as many regular internet stations, and we kind of go through with my 9-foot signal, which is our closed circuit listening in within the neighborhood here on 9-foot 88.9, and this network also serves the other GJRB LP FM frequencies of 88.9, 106.7, 107.1, 107.5, and 107.9 megahertz on the FM dial. Closed circuit across the FM dial on the FM side along the north end of Clinton on local frequency, just kind of within about 9-foot radius of our GJRB studios. Hey, got some more great bluegrass music coming up. Hope you'll stay with me this afternoon here on GJRB Online, and right after we're done here and over with, we got more great music here on Spreaker with the Debbie Scott Radio Network, and we'll give you all the program schedules for GJRB Online later on with what's on Spreaker. So stay tuned for that. That's coming up a little later on here on GJRB Online. But right now it's time for weather on the 5s. Take a look at our national weather map once again. Powerful storm system now tracking the plains and the Great Lakes region this weekend. The cold side of it, storms, heavy snow, blizzard conditions expected over portions of the central and northern plains and the upper Great Lakes. And severe thunderstorms, heavy rainfall, and flash flooding is possible over parts of the lower Mississippi Valley. Tennessee's already had their share. They know they've been getting some flooding over in the Tennessee area, and we're going to keep an eye on that for you. Throughout the afternoon, we'll do more of Tennessee weather. Also, Ohio Valley. Take a look at some areas, crucial storm systems going through. Take a look at some of those towns and your local temperatures in those areas. So just keep it here on GJRB Online all day. Weather on the 5s, 25 and 45 minutes past each hour, right here on GJRB Online. And we'll have another Weather on the 5s coming up real shortly here on Spreaker. Got a lot more stuff along with that. Bluegrass Jubilee here on Spreaker. And if you like this program, we always hear about, it's always heard about the third week of the month on a Saturday afternoon between 3 and 5 p.m. Central Time. And we'll have another program on its regular time slot next month. But we will also doing spontaneous. That means you never know when GJRB Online will be on the air. It'll just pop on the air. Just 24 to 48 hours I post we're going to be on the air with whatever program we're putting on, and it's like 24 to 48 hours before airtime, or from 72 hours before airtime all the way down to 3 hours before airtime. I just decided to go on the air. It's just that simple. So just watch for that, and the programs that we're putting on here on Spreaker. And we'll let you know what programs are on the air. We'll let you know what we're going to be putting on the air. 72 to down to 3 hours before airtime, whatever program it is. And of course, we're piecing a new schedule together of scheduled programs. Mostly all scheduled programs lately are only on the weekends. But we are posting programs that are going to be scheduled during the week as I start shifting around the program. Hopefully we can get some programs like this one on every week here on GJRB Online. Of course, if it's not live, it'll probably be voice tracked, pre-recorded. I do repeat these programs so that so a lot of people can catch it. Okay? All right, tell you what we're going to do right now. Get back into more of that bluegrass music, because I just love playing that sound, don't you? Love that bluegrass sound. And if you like it, hit that like button, because I always appreciate it when we get people on here who like our bluegrass music. And, just it. I like to play all this new music, and getting an audience for it is absolutely fabulous. Right now, let's get back into that Bluegrass Jubilee, an emerging artist by the name of Kevin Miller. This is Bluebird Train on Bluegrass Jubilee.
Does anybody know where old locomotives go? Do they scrap 'em or just leave 'em out to rest? Oh, it seemed a crying shame when they took away the trains, and the Bluebird was the one that I loved best. Dad pulled out his crumpled map, and he put me on his lap by the window where I could see the view over rivers and the farms. She never did nobody harm. Folks come running just to see her passing through. Oh, the whistle blows and the rail cars roll, then the miles go by. Watch the Bluebird fly, St. Louis to Chicago. She never let us down. Everybody smiled when the Bluebird came to town. Well, she cut right through the air and always get you there for business or a trip to see your kin. You could sleep or you could dine. Everybody dressed so fine. Made me wonder where they headed and where they've been. And the whistle blows and the rail cars roll. See the miles go by. Watch the Bluebird fly. St. Louis to Chicago. She never let us down. Everybody smiled when the Bluebird came to town. Times have changed, I'm well aware, but I'm happy I was there. I close my eyes and see her plain as day. Good old progress forges on. Now the Bluebird train is gone. Such a bitter pill to watch her roll away. And the whistle blows and the rail cars roll. See the miles go by. Watch the Bluebird fly. St. Louis to Chicago. She never let us down. Everybody smiled when the Bluebird came to town. Everybody smiled when the Bluebird came to town.
Great memories and trivia are coming up on the return of radio, television, and movie classics. I have more original sponsor openings from classic TV shows, Bonanza, Rawhide, and The Danny Thomas Show. Retro Primetime takes you back to primetime TV on Saturday night in the summer of 1968. I have a whole new crop of trivia questions for you to answer. And I have more commercials from defunct products. Oh, and I almost forgot. TV star profile Roddy Shell. You remember him as Duke Slater on Gover Powell USMC. Join me, Gary Russell, for nostalgic fun on radio, television, and movie classics. Coming back Friday, March 8th at 3 o'clock p.m. Central on GJRB.
Down the road here from me, there's an old holler tree where you lay down $1 or two. Go on around the bend, come back again. There's a jug full of that good old Mountain Dew. Oh, they call it that good old Mountain Dew, and them that refuse it are few. I'll hush up my mug if you fill up my jug with that good old Mountain Dew. Mr. Roosevelt up my mug if you'll fill up my jug with that good old Mountain Dew. The preacher rode by with his head hoisted high, said his wife had been down with a flu. He thought that I ought to sell him a quart of my good old Mountain Dew. Oh, they call it that good old Mountain Dew, and them that refuse it are few. I'll hush up my mug if you'll fill up my jug with that good old Mountain Dew. My uncle Snort, he sawed off and short, he measures 4 feet 2. But he feels like a giant when you give him a pint of that good old Mountain Dew. Oh, they call it that good old Mountain Dew, and them that refuse it are few. I'll hush up my mug if you'll fill up my jug with that good old Mountain Dew.
Is free to walk. That makes me tend to leave my sleeping bag rolled up and stashed behind the couch. It is knowing I'm not shackled by forgotten words and bonds and the ink stains that have dried upon sunlight. That keeps you in the back road by the rivers of my memory. It keeps you ever gentle on my mind. On the columns now that binds me, or something that somebody said because they thought we fit together walking. It's just knowing that the world will not be cursing or forgiven when I walk along some railroad track and find that you're moving on the back road by the rivers of my memory, and for hours you're just gentle on my mind. Clotheslines and the junkyards and the highways come between us. And some other woman crying to her mother 'cause she turned and I was gone. I still might run in silence, tears of joy might stain my face, and the summer sun might burn me till I'm blind. But not to where I cannot see you walking on the back roads by the river's flowing gentle on my mind. I did my cup of soup back from the gurgling, crackling cauldron in some train yard. My beard a ruffling coal pile in a dirty hat pulled low across my face. Through cup cans round the tin can, I pretend to hold you to my breast and mine.
There you go. Third time out on Bluegrass Jubilee with a great cover of Glenn Campbell's Gentle on My Mind. And a great tune there for you here on GJRB Online, here on Spreaker across America. And coming up here in just a little bit more bluegrass favorites. And earlier you heard the Dillers, Dooley, you know that one from the Andy Griffith Show, Darlings. And, of course, Bluebird Train by Kevin Miller starting our set. Bluegrass Jubilee here on GJRB Online on Spreaker across America. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Hope you're enjoying the program wherever you're listening to across America. And, of course, this is the program we bring you regularly here on GJRB Online. And it's heard the third week of the month usually. And with our new spontaneous schedule, you never know, you might hear another Bluegrass Jubilee within the week or within weeks as we kind of shuffle this schedule around just a little bit. Certain days of the week we'll have certain programs, and I'm permanently putting this in spontaneous schedule because it works better for me, and I can go on the air when I want to, and whatever program I decide to put on, as I try to piece a neat little program schedule for you, and I'll have that set up for another GJRB schedule update podcast, which will give you the program schedule, and I'm going to be doing that so that you can set things up and be able to get your program schedule lined up and see what you like to hear on GJRB Online. And, of course, all the program schedules, I'm going to be fixing those up and adjusting those. And you can see what's on GJRB Online by getting on the GJRB Spreaker public site, going into where I have my site there, and that is a good place to find a lot of stuff. What we air here on GJRB Online. It's fairly simple. All you have to do is get into my Spreaker public site. If you're listening on Twitter, I'm a Radio Maniac, and I'm also on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, all the social sites, and you can listen to the show live. And when you get in my social site, you get in my Spreaker site, all you really got to do is get in there, and it'll... and you go into the site, that's www.spreaker.com/user/5120525. When you get in there, you just you'll see the public site says GJRB Online Network. You'll see the timeline going through that we're on live, the live thing, and then you go into where it says shows. And it has the list of all the shows that are on the GJRB schedule all the way down, including this one. And each schedule will tell you exactly what program. Now, it'll just go into that site. It'll give you the line of the shows and what time the programs come on, what days are scheduled. And it's fairly simple. And this way you can check and see what time certain shows you like are on the Spreaker public site. And, of course, it's also available by looking in the homepage. If you are a follower on me on Spreaker, you can go into the homepage, and it's got the list of the programs and like a schedule guide. It tells you all the stations and what programs are on them, and we're on that list. I put the schedule up there so that it shows up on the Spreaker radio schedule, and you'll see me among other the great Spreaker followers. So you have an idea what time our show comes on, and you'll have an idea when we're going in there. Hey, got weather on the 5s right now here on GJRB Online. Take a look at the quick temperatures across America. Right now, looking at Clinton, Iowa here, 37 degrees right now. Nashville, Tennessee, checking in with 61 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Tampa, Florida, they're nice and warm. And Tampa, Florida, checking in with 86 degrees right now. And we'll take a look at your weather coming up. Weather on the 5s, 25 and 55 minutes past the hour right here on GJRB Online. Going to take you out with Josh Williams, Carolina and the Pines.
She came to me, said she knew me, said she known me a long time. And she spoke of me in love with every mountain machine.